Hello, my name is Sherry Coleman, and I am one of the kindergarten teachers here at Lang School. I would like to take a few moments to talk with you about high frequency words. As the name implies, high frequency words are those words which occur with greater frequency in children's texts. You may think of these words as sight words, but we are wanting to get away from that term because we really want children looking at the word, looking at the letters in the word, and then thinking about those corresponding sounds to see if there are parts of the word that they can actually sound out. At Lang School, we have come up with 51 high frequency words that we believe will be very useful in your child's development as a reader. Out of those 51, 13 of them comprise 25% of all words in children's texts. Each month, we will concentrate on a few of the words and we will add them to our word walls. Each classroom has some type of word wall in their room, and these word walls will provide children easy access when they're doing their writing. So as we look at the high frequency words, each month, we are going to look at which parts of the word do we already know? Do we already have the knowledge to sound out or decode? And which parts of the word are tricky or parts that we just need to know by heart? So I'm just going to give you a few examples to show you exactly what I mean. So these will be 3 words that are actually on the Lang's list of high frequency words. So here is the word is. So on this word is, in kindergarten, we of course will be working on short vowel sounds. So that I makes the sound I. And at some point, your child will be taught that this year. So that part, a child can decode, I. But you get to that S, and that part's kind of tricky. So that's the tricky part, or the part that we need to just know by heart, is. Because in kindergarten, we are not going to work on why that S is making that sound. Normally, kindergartners, of course, would be thinking that that S makes the sound. So is a perfect example of part of the word can be decoded. Part of the word is a tricky part or a part that we need to know by heart. Let's take a look at another one. So very common word, the word the. So in kindergarten, we actually will work on that digraph, TH. TH makes the th sound, and children will be able to decode that part of the word. Now that E is not really making sense there. So it's not making that sound and not making the E sound. It's just kind of the. So that's not quite making sense to a child. And that's the part that they need to work on that is tricky. So they need to work on putting that in their heart so that they can know it when they see it. So the word the is another example of part of it can be decoded, part of it is tricky. Now the word can is also one of our words. However, this one can be decoded. So we have k, a, n, can. All of those sounds a child in kindergarten can decode. So this one is a perfect example of one that does not have any tricky parts or parts that we need to know by heart, but simply can be decoded. So there will be 51 of the words, and some of them will be like the, where they have to have some parts that are decoded and some parts that are tricky, and others will be words that they can completely decode by themselves. So I hope that was helpful in understanding a little bit as we will be using those terms this year, high frequency words, trick words, heart words. Hope that is helpful in your understanding of that. And thank you so much for listening.